As part of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce Resource Champions, I had the opportunity to participate on the Gateway to Asia tour, with specific attention to our western ports. Vancouver is a port that most associate with Asian imports. But did you know that much of what Canada sends to Asia heads out of this port? Some of the world's most sought after fish come from the port in Vancouver. Yeah, and we had the opportunity to visit a fishery as well. While I'm not a fish lover, I did find the process amazing. The harvest of the day was actually sea urchin, destined for a sushi restaurant somewhere in Japan the next day. No, I'm not a sushi guy either, but tons of this heads over to Japan every day of the year. Then we flew up the coast to an amazing spot, Prince Rupert, and then inland a little bit to Kitimat, BC. Were you aware that Prince Rupert, the port, is 3 days closer to the Orient than any other North American port? The Pacific international shipping lanes are right at its doorstep. Today, this port is home to a coal terminal, container terminal, and a grain terminal operation as well. Positioned perfectly for growth, this terminal will be the home of choice for much of Canada's resource shipments. If. Yes, there's a big if in the room. Heavy infrastructure investments need to be made to get our resources to market. Rail, pipe, and roads. While the world looks for alternative energy solutions right now, the world needs the resources we have. And right now, they're getting them somewhere else. Kitimat, BC, currently have an aluminium terminal there. No, I didn't say it wrong. It's actually pronounced aluminium. And this little gorgeous hamlet is on the cusp of seeing North America's largest private sector project move forward. A $25 billion investment for LNG Canada. But will the infrastructure be there to have this move forward? The Trans-Pacific Partnership is coming into play now. I know some have complained about it and whined about it and not going to vote for it, but this is going to happen. And we need bold government leaders ready to make the decisions necessary to ensure these ports are ready to meet the demand. I know fossil fuels is not something everyone is embracing, but today there's no alternative. Today we must take advantage of the world's need for our resources to ensure our economy is vibrant and winning. Alternative energy solutions are not there yet. We cannot hibernate until there is a fill-in for our resources and the impact they have on our economy. Right now, virtually all of us depend on our resource economy to earn a living, provide for our families, and give our children an optimistic financial future. You may not be working in the oil and gas industries, but you can bet you're connected. Recently, the Canadian Chamber of Commerce produced a document on our resource economy where they identified that Canada is losing $50 million a day because we cannot get our resources to market fast enough. Can you imagine how much more our new Prime Minister and his government could do with $50 million a day? And that is every day of every year. You bet you're connected. And by the way, if you have an RRSP, I can virtually guarantee you're connected to the oil and gas industry. Today, nothing can effectively replace fossil fuels for energy generation. Someday we all hope there will be alternatives. And those new industries will create the jobs and fund the investments we need them to do. But for now, let's just get our resources to market. Our ports are waiting. The world is waiting. It's past the time for more talk. It's time for more action. I'm Greg DeRocha.